What's up, lovely people? It's me, Charles Francis from Ground Level Coaching, and today I want to speak to you about the importance of arriving on time. Showing up on time. Because there's a question, do you show up on time? And when you do show up as your best? You see, I've discovered that showing up on time is one of the most important habits that you can adopt if you want to live a successful life. It's so overlooked, showing up on time. I remember when I was a young boy, I never used to show up on time. I didn't really even see the importance of showing up on time. It would be a case of, I'll try and get there. If I didn't get there, if I was running late, I was running late. I'd just rock up 5-10 minutes late, say, sorry I'm late, and sit down. But, a lot of things doing this actually was detrimental to me, even back then, without me even knowing. Because I can recall, I used to sometimes, if it was an event or a class or a meeting, something, I'd rock up late and I was holding the back. I'll try and sit down in the back. Hopefully no one don't see me, and the time I've got my coat off, the time I've got my notepad out and everything out, I've already lost 30% of what was going on. I've already lost 30% of what this valuable information that this person was coming to teach me. This person took out the time to come there and show me, and I've lost all that. The time I go home, I've gone home with like just 60% of information where I could have got 100% of it. Not just that, I'm rocking up late, and then what happens then after that is that, I'm not engaged. I'm not showing up as my best self. I'm all flustered and I don't know if I'm coming or going. So showing up on time is so important. It's so important if you want to be successful. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the world we live in today is about influence. It's not always the hardest worker or the best person at what they do is the one that makes it. It's not always that's the case. In life, it's the person who can influence people the most. If you're a good influencer, you can influence people the most. That's how you can get anything you want in life. But the first key to influencing someone is showing up on time, being reliable, showing up on time, and also showing up the best you can be. But it first starts with showing up on time. So think of it this way, guys. How do you feel when you've taken time out? You've scheduled your day, your week, month, whatever, and you've taken the time up, you plan in advance to meet someone. You've arranged to meet someone at a specific time and day, and you've planned around that, and you're showing up on time. You're waiting. 5, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. They rock up late. Sorry. Oh, it was the traffic. Or sorry, I was running late. It was the weather, whatever. Yeah. How do you feel? Now, if you're honest to yourself, there's a lot of things going on there. Some subconscious, some conscious. For a start, you're probably thinking to yourself, you know what, they're not even that interested. If they was that interested, they would have planned better. They would have arrived on time. Or you may even be thinking to yourself, they're lying. That's just an excuse. That's another excuse for being late. It wasn't the traffic. It's that they just wasn't organized. And then you start to think subconsciously that I can't trust this person. I can't rely on this person. That doesn't say you don't like that person. You dislike them any more or less. It's nothing to do with liking the person. But I can't rely on that person. I can't trust that person, to hold something important for me. To have to have a meeting and show up on time. I can't rely on this person. They're late. They don't respect my time. They don't respect their own time. They don't respect time, full stop. But what does that also say? Can that say they don't respect me? Because I've taken the time out, I've planned, I've prepared, so maybe they don't respect me enough to do the same and show up the way I've showed up. Also, what does that happen when they show up 10, 15, 20 minutes late? You no longer have that spark. You was expecting a certain encounter at a certain time, and you was ready for that. You brought your best self for that. Now, when that didn't show up, a bit of you lowered down a bit. A bit of your enthusiasm, a bit of your focus, a bit of your excitement decreases a little bit because it just didn't happen at the time you expect it to happen. And even though you're there, you're not there as your perfect best self when they do eventually show up. So it does a lot to you, person. It does a lot when someone doesn't show up in time. You say things like, I can't recommend you, and like we said, this world is about influence. If you can influence people in a certain way, people will recommend you. You can rely on this person. You can trust this person. But when they rock up late for you, you don't start thinking that. So think about for a second all the things that go through your mind when you're waiting out there for someone to attend to a meeting that is already prearranged. And then ask yourself to think about what happens when you're late. What happens when someone's, waiting for you? Someone's taken their time out, planned their day, organized their week, month, day, hour to be at a certain time, at a certain place, and you rock up late. What are they thinking about you? Aren't they not thinking the same things that you were thinking about them? They can't trust you. They can't rely on you. You're not the type of person to be recommended to others, to be part of their circle of growth, because you don't show up on time. You don't respect their time. You don't respect them, your own time, or time full stop. You're prepared to just rock up and hope for the best instead of rocking up and being prepared and ready. What does it say about you when you're late? What do you think they're thinking about? And not just that, think of it for a second. When you are running late, what happens? The first thing is that you'll start to worry about, oh, I'm late. What time am I going to get there? What time is it? You start worrying about other things. And then you start saying to yourself, oh, what are they going to think? How long they've been waiting there for? Oh, I wonder what time they got there. You start to think about all these things. And then you start to think about, what excuse am I going to give? Is it going to be the traffic? Am I going to say, I woke up late? Didn't set the alarm, whatever. But all these things are going through your mind, except for the one most important thing, and that is focus and concentrating on the encounter that you've had and bringing forth your best self at that encounter. So you've got all these things going through your mind, except for what you need to be going through your mind. And that's why it's so important to show up on time. Now, I know people say, I don't want to go early because I'm just going to be hanging around. That's silly. What, you ain't got things to do whilst you're hanging around? Get early though, guys. Even if you can get early, get early. Go to a cafe bar, go to a cafe shop, or go to go to a deli or whatever. But prepare yourself. Sit down, get your breathing right, get your mind focused, get your head in the game of where it is you're going and what you need to do or who you need to see, or so when you get there, you're ready, you're on time, you're ready, you're respectful, you're ready to give your best self and make the most of that encounter. You're not waiting 5-10 minutes, take my car off, get myself relaxed, get myself a drink, get myself a coffee. Oh, you know what I mean? You're not, none of that. You're there, you're ready, boom, making the most of your meetings. Because that's how, guys, that's how people will look at you and say, yes, this guy or this girl, I can recommend, I can rely on this person. This is the type of person I want in my circle of growth. This is the type of person that I can rely on. So guys, next time, that's my dog barking. I guess my wife has just come in and my son just come in, so my dog is barking. But guys, so the key of this, guys, is make showing up on time a valuable habit for you. Show up on time. Be the type of person that can be trusted, relied upon, and want to be part of your circle because you're always there on time, on fire with your best self. Number one important, show up on time, guys. Whatever you're doing today, stay blessed, stay beautiful. I love you all. It's me, Charles Francis, Ground Level Coaching, and I'm out. Peace. Hey guys, I know I just spoke to you about showing up on time, and I wanted to highlight to you the obvious benefits of why it's so important to show up on time. But here's the deal. The real most fundamental reason why it's so important to show up on time is this. When you don't show up on time and you're always late, what is it you're saying to yourself? Forget about for a second what you're saying to other people and what other people think about you and what you think about them. What is it saying? What's the message, the inner message it's saying to yourself? Now, we all got dreams and goals and aspirations that we want to achieve in life. But if we don't have this habit of showing up on time, what this is saying to us is that when we go for our dreams and goals and then we hit a stumbling block or an obstacle, then our subconscious is used to backing off, is used to saying to itself that we're not reliable. We can't be trusted to continue. We're not reliable to continue this. It's okay to stop. It's okay to just give up. It's okay to not prepare, plan, and just hope for the best. When you don't show up on time, you're hoping to bring out your best self. You're hoping for things because you're not preparing, you're not planning. That old saying, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. And it's the same thing about showing up on time. You don't respect it enough to plan in advance and show up in time. So when you're going for your dreams and your goals and aspirations, the minute you hit a stumbling block, you're just going to give up on it. And your subconscious is going to give up on it too, because it doesn't expect any better from you, because it's used to you just showing up late. It's used to you just rocking up late, 5, 10, 15 minutes, not really prepared, not getting the most out of your encounters and meetings. It's used to it. So guys, it's so important to adopt this as a habit. Showing up on time, showing up your best self. So when you're going for your dreams and goals and aspirations, when you hit a stumbling block, boom, you can show up as your best in that, in your endeavor to overcome that obstacle. You're showing up as your best in that. As soon as you hit that block, you're rising above it and going beyond. So guys, that's the real key message. Think about what it's saying to yourself. Adopt that showing up on time as a habit that you can be trusted and you can be relied on. And you can be trusted to fulfill your dreams and goals and aspirations, and you can be relied on to see them to the end. Peace, I'm out. One love.